Yeah. 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 It's the daily go get optimism show. You think it ain't when it is? You think it won't when it wins? We are here and we are in motion. We do this thing, taking off left lane, no coasting. It's the daily go get optimism show all up in your area, and here we are on this Power Monday, all up in Power Monday, baby. Power Monday, baby. What you know? So here it is. The 23rd of the month. Sagittarius is in full and total, absolute, no doubt effect. And this is how we're gonna kick it off. Power Monday. Today, we're gonna ask the question: will you take the vaccine when it comes out? Are you all right with this vaccine when it comes out? The COVID vaccine, baby. Are you all right with the vaccine when it comes out? I don't know. I think many doubts. I ain't trying to take that shit. There's no doubt. Yo, I ain't with that shit. I didn't take the flu vaccine and I ain't with it. No. But that's just me. A lot of people are dying for this shit to come off or come out. But we're going to see about this one, because this is going to be some shit. This one here. Now, I've heard a lot of stories, a lot of theories about what this drug is and what it's going to do and how it's supposed to be administered and a whole lot of stuff. So this is going to be one of those times where you're really going to have to watch the information that you're receiving, because a lot of it is false and a lot of it is sent with an agenda. You know what I'm saying? Free thinking is definitely on blast nowadays, but we promote that and we see that and we do that, so we gonna get like this, like we knew that. The COVID-19 vaccine, they say that's the only thing that'll get society back to normal, back the way we used to be. So you telling me that the only way that we gonna be able to, be around each other, go to sporting events, parties, get-togethers, just hang out and take these masks off is for this vaccine to come through and everybody going to have to take it? Well, we're going to see. We're going to see, because democracy is on blast. And I think that this is a grown folks conversation, but actually, this is more than a grown people conversation. This is something that's going to affect everybody, men, women, and children. So of all ages, of all races, creeds, colors, ethnic backgrounds, cultures, languages. So it's something that we really have to take into consideration. So I don't know, but we're going to see. So let's get it popping. Urban Therapy with Sun 752. With this your daily, the daily go get it Mizra show. We do this every single day. Every day it rains. Every day it rains. And the DG will do the same. We break it down, y'all. Every day it rains. And the DG will do the same. Every day it rains and the DG will do the same. Every day it rains and the DG will do the same. Every day it rains and the DG will do the same. Every day. Yo, I'm your host, Son 752, aka Omar with the and if you can't say Omar with the well, then you just say Omar with the Arts, the daily go get a business show all up in your area, and we are in motion. We're gonna get this thing popping this evening on this 23rd of Sagittarius, the half man, the half horse, and we are asking the question: will you take the vaccine when it comes out? There's talking about this vaccine that's coming out. We've heard things from doctors. We've heard things from pharmacists. We've heard things from politicians. We've heard things from health experts. We've heard things from from rebels. We've heard things from citizens. We've heard things from people. We've heard things from the sheep. We've heard things from the sheep herder. But how is this thing going to go down? Because it looks like it sounds like from a lot of the reports that I've heard, and I'm interested in hearing y'all's too. You know, the things that y'all have heard from the most reasonable to the most ridiculous. It looks like this thing may be forced on us in some type of way. Like people who aren't financially independent in some ways may be forced to take this vaccine. Now, this is not a new thing. Now, people are going to be yelling and screaming and act like, no, you got to take this shit. This is a violation of American democracy. And this is not the first time, but this is not the first time that we've ever been forced to take vaccines. It's not. As many of you who have children, small children, young children, or are in the care of young children, y'all know, in order for many of those children to go to school, in order for them to enter kindergarten, first grade, elementary school, or whatever, they have to be vaccinated. So they've been forcing the measles, the mumps, chickenpox, and those types of vaccinations on us for at least 2 decades now. And it's a lot heavier than it was when we was younger. When we was younger, they just let us go ahead and get the mumps, the measles, and chickenpox. Some of y'all still got the marks all on y'all legs and arms and shit, scratching them shits. Yeah, it's scratching. So it's not the first time. So a lot of people are going to act like they're unfamiliar with being forced to take vaccines. You know, in public schools, they were pretty much telling you that in order for your child to get a free education, they were going to have to make sure that they didn't pose a danger to the rest of the children that were there. And the way that they were going to eliminate that threat was to make them take the vaccine. What do you think? What do you know? How does it go? What do you show? Also, my people who work in the healthcare industry, if you work in a hospital, they're going to make you take that flu shot. You taking that shit or you ain't working there. The only way you can get out of it is if you have a doctor's note stating that it would be dangerous for you to take the flu shot, or if you are a member of a particular religious sect that does not allow you to take the vaccine. Either way, you're going to have to show verification that you don't have to take something. Now, that lets you know right there that for a long time, your so-called liberties have been impeded on. They've been compromised. They've been, yeah. Let me shout out my people. Carol Chamber, let me favorita is all up in the place. It's always a great thing to see your face. And Emily Dunlap is in the house. Bow, she about to turn that out. And do I see Vinay Hardesty? What's up? Good to see you, girl. That's what I'm talking about, yup. And Auntie Carrie Wright is down for the night. It's good to have you in my sights. And Roxana 872. What's going on? Glad to see you coming on through. And you're brand new. At least I think. Have you been through the show before? Let me think. I'm not really sure, but I think I see a couple of people, at least one more. The Phoenix Lifestyle, what's going down? I'm glad to see you coming around. It's like sounds like a we gonna be okay. Everything is gonna be all right. All right. Charlene Curry. Charlene Curry. What's going on, Charlene? How you feeling, Charlene? And my big sis, Robbie Rob. What's going on, like corn in the cob? She stays in your system, no doubt. But in a good way. In a good way. So that's what we're talking about tonight. Are you down to take this vaccine, the COVID vaccine, when it comes out? Now, it's not out yet, but we've been hearing a lot of rumblings about it's on its way, it's on its way, it's on its way. And they've politicized it all crazy. You know, this whole COVID-19 thing has been highly politicized. And that's whether you're a Democrat or a Republican or whatever. You know, I've been yesterday, I put a post on my page about, taking this COVID-19 thing seriously because it's not a joke. This shit is real. And I was arguing with one of my Facebook friends, and they was talking about something. This shit is fake as hell. And just like a lot of dumbass Trump supporters, no disrespect to you, Vinay, but like a lot of dumbass Trump supporters, she was like, yo, don't nobody really got that shit. All right. Oh, really? Ain't nobody got that shit? So my cousins ain't had that shit. Friends, numerous friends that I have in double-digit numbers ain't had that shit. But they wasn't really sick. Everybody is in on this shit. Everybody faking it. I mean, like the stupidity of that shit. I'm like, listen, whether you believe that as many people have gotten sick by it or not, or whether you believe that the death toll is what they say it is or not. I know motherfuckers that then got sick, and I know people that done died from the shit. Now, you can say whatever you want. Well, they've been misdiagnosing people. There's all this bullshit. I'm like, listen, the motherfuckers was sick. And from what they told me, these are the people who had the flu before. They said this shit was way worse than the flu. That's what they told me. Now, they don't have no reason to lie to me. Who am I for them to lie to? So this shit ain't no joke. I just spoke to my man today. I talked to my man this morning. And I was like, and I called him to talk to him about an unrelated matter. And he was like, yo, son. He was like, yo, son, man, I had the COVID. I was like, nah, I ain't know that shit. He said, yeah, man, I was out for like a month. And he was trying to go back to work. And they were saying that his paperwork wasn't exactly straight, so he couldn't go back to work. But he about to get that thing all taken care of and everything. It's just a little small thing. It's a small thing. But I was like, so I was like, well, so how was it? I mean, he said, yo, man, this shit was fucked up. He said, listen, I've had the flu multiple times. He said it wasn't nothing like this shit. He said he couldn't taste nothing. He said he couldn't smell nothing. He said it's still bad. He said he's negative now, but the after effects of this shit are still lingering. He said he couldn't move. He couldn't do this. He said he ain't never been that sick before. And this dude is about as anti-government as they come. You're 5%. He was like, yeah, God, you know what I'm saying? God, you know what I'm saying? God, I'm 5%, so I'm the God. So they ain't gonna be able to stop the rock. They can stop my check a little bit. They can slow up the check. But me, I'm gonna always get my hustle on and I'm gonna eat. And I was like, yeah. I feel you on that. But the bottom line is he said he was sick as shit. He ain't gonna front like he's sick. Not for me, he ain't. It ain't like I was gonna ask him to come on the show or nothing. So yeah. So like I said, this thing has been highly politicized. So you got people on the Democratic side saying that if Donald Trump has anything to do with it, they ain't taking it. Then you got the Republicans like, I ain't taking it no matter what, because this shit don't really exist anyway. There's no such thing as COVID-19. They're lying about all of the numbers. I'm like, you ain't gonna tell me that none of y'all Republicans ain't get that shit, because the motherfuckers in the White House got that shit and they was Republicans. So what's really good? What's really actually and truly good? What's going on over here on Instagram? What's going on, y'all? Let me see who it is. Kim Candy. What's going on, Kim Candy? And my girl Deneen Super. What up? Good to see me some you. And let me see. Maria Polanco 9. Good to see me some you. And Myrna Ride. Thanks for coming through. Appreciate y'all. Yeah. So that's So the stage is already set for a lot of rebellion. The stage is already set for a whole lot of trouble. The stage is already set for a whole lot of confusion and a whole people want to get past this COVID thing. My worry, or should I say my concern, is to get back to the regular racism, to the regular oppression, to the regular disenfranchisement, to the regular inequality, to the regular injustice. To get back to that, you telling me that I'm going to have to take a shot? Well, I never took the flu shot, and I'm never going to. So I can't see me taking this COVID vaccine. However, here's another thing about it. What if I got the shit and I was on my deathbed? I have underlying health conditions. I mean, I'm otherwise healthy, but I have a history of some respiratory problems. I got some shit going on. Now, if I was at the edge of life and this COVID was ready to push me off on the darker side to the more permanent side, would I feel so rebellious against taking the vaccine? Now, with any vaccine, any medication, any type of pharmaceutical medicine, there are going to be side effects to this medicine. So my questions are these, and y'all can present me with any questions that y'all have too. My questions are: what are the side effects of this vaccine? What are the risks that are involved? How many clinical trials did y'all put this thing through? What did y'all test it? Who did y'all test it on? Does this thing affect all people the same, culturally, in different regions of the world? Is this an American thing? What is the reputation of the company that's developing this shit? It's Pfizer. They don't that doesn't sit well with me. I don't like Pfizer. I don't like any of the pharmaceutical companies because I know they're full of shit and I know that they make a lot of poison. But that's my opinion. Other people feel like, no, it's not well, like my dad always says. My dad always says, too much of anything becomes the poison. Just the right amount of anything can be the cure or the treatment. So there's a thin line between treatment and cure. If you do too much, you're poisoning yourself. That's just like any drugs, whether you're talking about weed, whether you're talking about speed, whether you're talking about coke, whether you're talking about dope. So you have to know about what you're putting in your body. Vinay Hardesty says, I'll go in exile first. I have books on survival. All of that survival training shit sound real cool when you don't have to use it. But you spend a few nights out in the wild and it's cold as shit. And you don't have the opportunity to warm it up. You know what I'm saying? Any of y'all ever been camping? Camping ain't sweet. On TV, camping looks cool. It looks fun. Boy Scouts, Girl Scouts, all that old shit. You ever go camping though? Especially as an adult. You get a lot more used to luxuries in life than you are aware of. You know what I'm saying? Like, things like running water. Yeah. I've gone on survival retreats. We learned how to purify water. We learned how to eat any growing plant, because a lot of that stuff is good for you, even the weeds and shit like that. Yeah, I mean, it sounds good till you actually have to do it. It's like when you have a vehicle and then all of a sudden one day you have to walk somewhere really far and you realize how out of shape you are. So I'm not saying that you won't do the survival thing, Vinay, just know that after a while you'll probably have a hankering to come back in the crib. Like, yeah. From what I understand, Donald Trump has come to his senses today about conceding the election. Like, what, you had a eureka moment, nigga? You lost. It's over. You're done. Get the fuck out of here. And I mean, get the fuck out of here. Like, no, it's not like, hey, listen, I appreciate that. We may have had our dip. No, get the fuck out of here. I mean, you can leave early. Cherry is all up in the house of Cinderella, Dana Dane. Well, it's the woman Dana Dane with fame. Cinderella, Dana Dane. What's going on, Dana Dane? Hope you're feeling much better. Hope you're feeling all right. I hope everything is going down a game tight. You know what I mean? You know what? I'm not even gonna put on blast, but she know, you know, she already told everybody. But I see my girl YS Books. YS Books, Yvette Stokes is all up in the house. That's what the YS stands for. Word up. Word up. All right, hold on. I see y'all talking now. Let me see what y'all got to say. Phoenix Lifestyle says they had she says it's a hoax. They had a cold. See, this is the shit I'm talking about. This is the kind of shit. That's the if nothing irks me out of this shit than anything else, that's what irks me. Motherfuckers are telling people who are sick that they're not really as sick as they are. So it's like, nah, you only think you sick because they told you sick. Well, you went to the hospital because you was feeling the fuck sick. It ain't like you took the test and you came up positive and then you started getting sick. You was already sick. Like that, I mean, what? What? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's like, for me, that's like me telling you that I'm sad about something. You telling me, nah, you ain't really sad. Motherfuckers got you believing that you sad. You ain't sad. Man, you got this. You ain't sad at all, are you? No, you ain't sad. And I would have to be a dumbass and be like, yeah, you right. You know, my ego kick in. Yeah, I ain't sad. I don't feel nothing. IDGAF. IDGAF. I don't give a fuck. No, you do give a fuck. You sad. You know what I mean? Somebody broke up with you. Somebody hurt your feelings. Somebody abandoned you. Somebody betrayed you. Somebody let you down. Somebody disappointed you. Somebody fucked you up. Somebody did something to you that didn't sit very well. Somebody died. Somebody, whatever. Well, you can't tell a motherfucker how they feel. You just can't do that. You can't do that. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, you had a cold. I've had many colds. But I know one thing. The cold that I had in 2015 made it seem like, yo, that was the closest to death I've ever been. And that was before all this COVID shit, but that was the flu. And that let me see how motherfuckers could die off the flu. That shit was horrible. And I was a healthy man. So, nah, we not doing that. Maybe the numbers of the affected or the dead may be a little fudged, but you have to account for those people. They got to be accounted for. So I don't know about that one. No, I do know about that. I'm not fucking with that. My man ain't tell me that he was sick today because he saw it on TV. He don't watch the news. That's not his. It's not his thing. TK Wright says, I'm glad I didn't see that post. Go to my page and check that shit out. I think you're gonna see some interesting shit. But you know what you're gonna see more than anything else is motherfuckers be trying to tell you that you brainwashed and they talking all that old dumbass Trump shit. I'm like, you're not even talking no Biden shit, but they try to push that on you. Like, well, Biden, I wasn't talking about no fucking Biden, but we are talking about Trump. Yeah, but I'm saying no. No, you're saying what? And shout out to all y'all YouTube watching ass information getting motherfuckers. They tell you that you brainwashed for watching network TV or mainstream media. Meanwhile, they listening to some motherfucker that's recording videos in his basement with some kind of broadcast voice, something that distorts your voice and shit. You know what I mean? Telling you, the government is really trying. Get the fuck out of here with that shit. Yo. And they'll tell you, oh, I've done my research. No, you haven't. You watch some YouTube videos. I know that research. I know it well. Hold on. Hold on. All right. But yeah, these YouTube watching ass motherfuckers out here like, oh yeah. I've done my research. No, you research is not Googling and watching YouTube video. That's not research. You just repeating the same shit that somebody you think has the drop on shit has. You just dropping the same shit that they said. You repeating the same shit. So we're not going to get into all of that because that's ridiculous. But what we are going to get into is a personal choice. What is your choice? What is your choice about this vaccine? That's what I want to know. That's what I want to know. Phoenix Lifestyle says it's not stupid, love. It is stupid. It is stupid. I'm not saying that you're stupid, but to think that you can't tell somebody that they don't feel the way they feel. You cannot tell somebody who is sick that first of all, you're not a doctor. If you're a doctor, trust me, my conversation for you is going to be a lot different. Not that I trust doctors, but somebody who can give diagnosis, somebody who knows the difference between one thing and another thing and can clearly explain that. Yeah, that lends credibility. Everything else is just conjecture. Like, for example, everything that I'm talking about right now isn't etched in stone. A lot of this stuff is opinionated. Whether it has facts in it or not, it's still my opinion because I'm not an expert in this field. I'm telling y'all how I feel, and I'm asking y'all how y'all feel. But you ain't gonna tell motherfuckers that there's no such thing as COVID-19. Come on, you gotta be crazy. You gotta be crazy. So all right, so it takes for motherfuckers to get this shit before they see this shit. You're like, oh. That dumbass Herman Cain. Normally, I don't speak bad about the dead, but I ain't had nothing good to say about him when he was alive. He gave his life for Donald Trump. You gotta be fucking crazy. What does his family have to be thinking now? He never even got an acknowledgement. He didn't even get a shout out. He didn't even get a shout out at the motherfucking rallies. Like, yo, man, peace to Herman Cain, man. He was a rock. Nothing. Another dead black man. He might as well got killed by a cop. But I get it. Herman Cain must have just died of a regular cold. I don't know, son. Robbie Mink says, my cousin got it. He's in the hospital now on a ventilator. So when you have a cold, they don't put you on a ventilator. Oh, it's real. Emily says, Taki, I did it. Taki, I did. And dude act like his opinion was the only one that matters because he was right. No, it was a chick. It was a chick. She was wild. But when you pressed her about, because she telling me that I'm getting all of my information from mainstream media. I'm like, I'm talking about people I know. I know people in the health industry. I know a bunch of nurses that got the shit. Damn, they died. I know other people who did die. I know other people who got sick as shit and felt like they was going to die. I didn't get that from no fucking news. These are people that I know personally. I'm not even talking about internet. These are people that I know, hung around with, gave pounds, hugs, love, spent mad time, hours, days, went out on dates, that kind of shit. But when you ask them, well, where you getting your information from? You brainwashed. I don't gotta tell you my sources. You ain't got no fucking sources. You got to go back to YouTube and be like, who did this video? Can't remember. It was the boy. I mean, you know, like. So yeah, when you press them, they start backpedaling because their information ain't straight. I get it. I know how it be. You know. Carol says, Omar Cherry told us the same symptoms. It's real. Man, that shit is real. Vinay Hardesty says there are different variations of COVID. It's been around for a while, and the flu had a cure for hundreds of years, and it's still floating around. And get this, there's actually a vaccine. Okay. Here's the thing about the flu. The flu kills a lot of people per year, but I've never known anybody that died from the flu. How many people die from the flu a year? Like 40, 50,000, something like that. I've never known anybody that died from the flu. Does that mean that nobody dies from the flu? No. Every single person I've ever met that got the flu recovered. And most of them, and I've known people who had the flu for a month, but they all recovered. But I know people who died from COVID-19. And there aren't different kinds of COVID-19. That's why it's called COVID-19. The 19 stands for 2019 when it came out. So maybe what you mean is that there are different kinds of coronavirus, because there are. But there is one kind of COVID-19. Now, granted, we don't know enough about this. I do believe that it's man-made. I 100% believe that. But evidently, they made this shit a little different. So it would span all 4 seasons. The flu don't do that. In warm weather, people don't get the flu like that. They just don't. They get a badass cold. You get the flu in the cold winter. In the cold weather months. So it's different. Phoenix Lifestyle says, I ain't taking no vaccine. Well, that's what me and you have in common. I ain't taking this shit either. It's not an option. And trust me, if you listen to most of the people in this chat room, they ain't taking this shit either. Ain't none of us really with that shit. We don't have a bunch of government trusting motherfuckers. But we gonna keep our eye on motherfuckers. Like, we ain't gonna ignore it like it don't exist. You can't, you know how people say what you don't know can't hurt you. Yes, the fuck it can. Because if you don't know if somebody is after you trying to get you, they gonna get you. And guess what? You didn't know. And guess what? You got hurt. Anything else? Mortality for COVID-19 is 1%. Okay, and see, you're right. It is 1%. Here's the problem with that 1%. It's covering too many people. See, not that many people get the flu. Not as many people got the flu as people who got the COVID-19. That's the real problem. So you take 1% of 100, then you're only talking about one person. 99 is good. But when you take 1% of 1,000, then you're talking about 10 people. So when you take 1% of 10,000, then you're talking about 100 people. And then when you're talking about 100,000 people, then you're talking about 10,000 people. So when you start talking about 1 million people, you're talking about, see, yeah, it's 1%, but you have to do the actual numbers. So let's look at it this way, since it's only 1%. You know, we want to dumb down the deadly nature of the disease. How many of us love our family? I know I love mine. How many of y'all would sacrifice 1% of y'all family? Some of y'all come from big families, right? Come from a nice big family. You know what I'm saying? You know, some of y'all grandmothers claim to have 30 grandchildren and all that shit. You down to sacrifice 1%? It's only 1%. You got a bunch of nieces and nephews and aunts and uncles, and your mom and your dad might still be alive. All right. So which one of them would you sacrifice? 1%, just 1%. You know what I mean? We ain't gonna wipe out a whole generation. 1%. You choose. You choose which one. You choose. I'm pretty sure that's going to change the dynamic of what that 1% means. Some people have a lot of children. Say you have, let's max it out. You got 10 kids. Sacrifice one of them. Got 9 left. No big thing, right? So you got women out here that never got over an abortion that they had back in the 80s. You got women out here who never got over a miscarriage that they had. Things affect people differently. Death is a death and a life is a life. So even if it's only 1%, doesn't mean that it's insignificant. Because somebody's family is looking like, yo, we lost such and such over this. So Cherry says, at Phoenix Lifestyle, I felt that way until I got sick, until my children got sick. I'm still recovering. It took time away from me. So I was weak. I couldn't get up. I got a new perspective on life. She got the shit. So sounds credible to me. I'm just an outsider. I ain't never get it. They go one of those real life testimonies again, fucking up this conspiracy theory and the in the opinion. But don't worry about it, Cherry, because they're gonna tell you that you just had a cold. You don't know what you feeling. You bugging. Shit crazy, side. Shit crazy, side. Shit crazy, side. Carol Chamberlain says, take the vaccine and grow another head, humpback, and anything else. He'll hell to the no, not taking it. I feel you on that. Charlene Curry says, I've never had a flu shot. Vinay says, I had 3 friends who work at nursing homes and tested positive with barely no symptoms, and their nursing homes weren't overran with deaths either. Okay. Well, I know one nurse who worked in a nursing home, and she felt like she was on a deathbed. She had to go get on the ventilator. Spent like three days in the hospital and all that shit. Come on, man. All right. What we got here? Okay. All right. All right. Okay. So, yeah. So, you know, what were you talking about? The flu shot. Oh. Yeah. So everybody's experience can't be this. It's not going to be the same. I mean, y'all got to understand how dangerous that mode of thinking is. You know, we're thinking from a central perspective. Well, I know this person, and you know, because they didn't have. Somebody that was very close to me at one time told me that there was no voter fraud, not voter fraud. There was no voter suppression efforts in Florida, because when he went to go vote, he didn't see anybody having their vote suppressed. And this was a black man who said this shit. And I was like, motherfucker, are you crazy? So let me get this straight. Because at your voting station that you went to, that one voting station, because you didn't see any black people. First of all, he was probably the only black person that was voting, because that's the kind of neighborhood he likes to live in. So because he didn't see it, it didn't exist. Like, niggas ain't been victims of voter suppression and all kinds of other oppression for how long? I'm like, you Sambo, the fuck is wrong with you? But we have to be careful about only seeing things from our own personal perspective. Annette Long, what's going on? Miss Long is all up in the house. The family meeting. Good to see me, some of you. Thanks for coming on through on the Instagram side. All right. But Vinay, I'm glad that your friends only had barely any symptoms. I haven't heard. I don't know anybody who said they didn't have any symptoms. I don't know one person. Everybody I know who had it, they said they were sick as shit. Ansel Jones, my brother Ansel Jones. He says, if water is wet in both of our hands, people still going to argue that water ain't wet. Can't argue. I'm not going to argue with that. Phoenix Lifestyle says, Cherry, I'm glad you're getting better. My sister was sick, and I told her to leave the hospital, and she did. And now she good. Okay, so everybody believes that the hospitals are killing people. I've heard that from a lot of people. Like, they believe that the hospitals are, like, I don't know, man. I'm looking at it like this. What would be the motivation for the hospitals killing people? Like, for the nurses, I don't know any doctors. Yes, I do. I know two. I personally know two. One is a go-getter. But for the nurses, I know none of them have told me, yo, you know, on the low, we killing motherfuckers. Now, I don't mean that they ain't killing motherfuckers, but they must have been killing themselves too, because they the ones who got sick, deathly ill. But what if I'm going? I tell you one thing: if I'm going to take a life, you can best believe I'm going to get something out of it. Now, what it would take for me to participate in killing motherfuckers at a hospital where I work at, I would have to never have to work again. That's how much you would have to pay me, because the price of my soul, I don't know if there's an amount that high. I don't know. Phoenix Lifestyle said, no camping for me. I hear that. Fuck that. Hold on. YS Books. Let me. Hold on. My chat is different than y'all's. Hold on. Okay. Damn. It's like this shit opened up. Okay, here we go. Okay. No camping for me. YS Book says, yes, I camp all the time, just in an RV. That's kind of like camping. Renee Hardesty says it was just joke. Oh, you was joking about that shit? I know people who dead serious. My bad. I know people who dead serious about that shit. Like, nah, man, I'm out of here. I'm going in the woods. You know what I mean? You fuck around, go out in the woods, out west, and get shot by a racist ass militia member and shit. Renee says, I really don't want to take the vaccine though. I don't blame you. I'm not taking it. That's my word. But not for the reasons, I'm not taking it because I'm not putting any poison in my body for whatever. But I don't want to get into, I've heard that they're going to force everybody to take it because they want everybody to be vaccinated. And then they're going to have ways of monitoring us and knowing exactly where we are, what we're doing, how much money we have, who we're talking to, all kinds of crazy shit. Now, don't get me wrong. I do not underestimate the creative negative power of evil, the negative creativity of evil. I do not underestimate that. But at the same time, I got to use my brain. And for me, how I come to answers is I always ask, well, what's your motivation? Most of the things that motivate men are broken down into two things: money and pussy. You can get a man to do most things if those two are involved. For a lot of men, it's just a pussy, but they figure they have to have the money in order to get the pussy. So, all right, give me the money. Because it's an actual fact. You have enough money, you'll have all the women you want. It's the gateway to ass. I don't care how ugly, I don't care what you look like. Money gives you access, and it gives you access. Access and access. And I mean, that's not calling anybody a hoe or anything like that. That's just an actual fact. The evidence is all around us. Okay. Flu versus cold. I mean, Phoenix. I mean, okay. You said the numbers are inflated. I don't deny that. I don't deny that the numbers are inflated. I've been saying that since it was below 100,000. I've been saying that I think that the numbers are a little inflated. I do. I believe that. But what I don't believe is that nobody is getting sick off of this shit. That's what I don't believe. Charlene Curry says, I don't want to go camping, although I've been camping when I went to overnight camp, pitching tents, cooking, singing around a campfire. Not for me again in life. I hear you. Cherry says, I'm feeling better every day. It's been about 10 days. I still can't smell or taste, but I'm not hurting, or the pressure from my sinuses, headache have subsided. I have a little bit more energy. I ain't never heard nobody having the flu and saying they couldn't smell or taste. I never heard of that. I've had the flu multiple times. Never experienced nothing like that before. Phoenix Lifestyle says, COVID versus flu, Biden versus Trump, not the same. Well, what's really not the same is both of their approaches to it. Man, I'm not saying that Biden is good and Trump is bad. Well, I am saying that Trump is bad because he is. He's bad. He's very, 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 very bad. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. Y'all lost motherfuckers can dig this motherfucker all you want. I mean, people call Hitler a genius, and he was, and that's why the United States took so many of his tactics. But he was very charismatic, just like the Boer. He told Germany, "We're gonna get everybody back for fucking us up in World War I, particularly them Jews." And the Nazis, well, before they were Nazis, the Germans was like, yeah, they did make us lose World War I. Yeah, get them the fuck out of here with a propaganda campaign. But leaders around the world called Adolf Hitler a genius because he was. He got the propaganda campaign popping. That's our model for today's advertisements and commercials and information sharing. They got that shit from Adolf Hitler. Yeah, you can research that. Okay. YS Book says, Charlene, you need to camp with an RV. It's like a hotel room on wheels with all your stuff. That's why that's not real camping. That is that you got an RV. First of all, you talk about a vehicle that costs over $100,000. All right, you might have got to use one. I can't say. I know a brand new one. You talk about well over $100,000. They nice as shit. But you can park that shit out in the woods you want. You are not camping. You are moteling. That's what you're doing. Like the RV that remember in Meet the Fockers? They RV, that shit was woo. But they was not camping. Robbie Ming says, wow, 252,000 dead from COVID. That's horrible news to spread on the media. If it wasn't true, the news stations would be sued. Not true. That's not true. That and that's kind of like where we go wrong. A lot of times we think that on the news that they are credible because just like you said, we figured that they could be sued for giving out wrong information. But as long as they get the information from sources that they can cite, they can't be sued for that. And they know that. So they're like, hey, we didn't make up these numbers. We got them from them. We got them from the CDC. We got them from the World Health Organization. We got them from this. So no, they can't be sued because of that. And they know how to play the game. They know how to protect themselves with things that they say. So the news may not be fudging the numbers, but somebody else reporting the numbers may be fudging the numbers. It could be the CDC. It could be the World Health Organization. Who's to say? We don't know or can't say where things start. We have a real problem figuring out where things began, but we have to be careful about just assessing where it ended and thinking that we figured everything out just because of the results. You know, I mean, there's a lot of Monday morning quarterbacking going on out here. You know, you can always take the results of something that happened and be like, well, you should have done this and you should have done that and you should have done this. And if you knew that shit before you did it, you probably wouldn't have done it, but the information wasn't available. So you did what you had to do at the time you knew what you thought you knew. Phoenix Lifestyle says, I'm anti-vax. I feel that. Because I am too. Wise Book says, before this virus, I travel 8 months of the year. That's what's up. Phoenix Lifestyle says, doctors say what doctors are saying the same thing though. What same thing? And she
90 seconds.
says, my friends are doctors. People can't tell me what to believe either. Okay, cool. Okay. Yeah. Phoenix Lifestyle says nobody sees flu numbers anymore. Shit, nobody even sees a paper cut anymore. But I got one. Well, actually, it came from a blade.
60 seconds.
But I'm healing up all right. I'm doing better. I'm doing all right. Shit's starting to heal. Yeah, you're right. COVID is taking up all of the news time. I will say that. It doesn't mean that people aren't being diagnosed with other things, because I know people who got sick with other shit and they went to go get tested for COVID. They was clean. So it's like, oh, you got that other shit. Like, yeah, sinus infection, bad allergies, this hay fever, shit still exists. And you're right, but I do agree, it's not getting any TV time. TV is already flooded with there is a propaganda campaign. I'm not denying that, but don't let your distrust of certain numbers make you ignorant to the whole thing. This is not the boy who cried wolf. Not exactly. Okay. There's a pneumonia shot? I didn't know that. Okay. T. Carey Wright says, I got the flu shot in 2008, got sick with the flu, then pneumonia. I was down almost 45 days. Oh, word. Oh, nah, fuck that. Nah, son. Nah. Charlene Curry says, I'm not sacrificing none of them. So you wouldn't give up 1%, just 1% of your family, Charlene? Charlene Curry. Is a sacrifice once, Charlene. You could give up one, Charlene. No? YS Book says, me, my daughter, and granddaughter are doing a FaceTime Thanksgiving. I'm not traveling to Philly with the virus rate rising. Got people scared to come to the city. But I know them nasty ass people out in the burbs got that shit too. Nasty ass suburban ass niggas. And then David says the GSA just allowed Biden campaign to go ahead with the transition. I know. Baby steps, baby. Baby steps. Like, all right, I'm going to let him go ahead and be president. I ain't even going to get in the way. But see, and that's one of the problems. That's one of the big problems with this whole thing with the vaccine. It seems like in order to accept or reject the vaccine, it depends on who the president is. It's highly politicized, and that's a problem for me. That's a problem because I'm on the side of truth. You know what I mean? Democrat, Republican, I don't give a fuck. I'll tell you all day, every day, they the same thing. But the people aren't the same people. Shoot, you will tell me what Republicans wear white and Democrats wear black or vice versa? No. With both parties, the people at the top make all the money and make all the decisions, and they fuck up everybody down the bottom and they exploit them. That's consistent on both parties. No way around it. I can show you exactly how that works. One side is pro-life and guns. The other side are a bunch of fruity cats. You know what I mean? Bunch of fruity cats. Fruity cats and welfare. What do you want? It's consistent. YS Book says my RV was $6,000. There's a picture on my Facebook. $6,000. Okay, I'll go see your RV. You know, I've priced these joints over the years, so you got a hell of a deal. Shit, that's the price of a used car. I could go get a Maxima for $6,000. You mean tell me I can get an RV? I know I can't get one like they had Meet the Fockers. I want the one like Meet the Fockers. I want Mr. Fockers. That shit was all that. Carol Chamberlain says, I took my test today. It was negative. Yay! Okay, YS Book says, I live on an acre in Delaware. I can't see my neighbors. This has been a long, lonely year. And then David says, Geraldo Rivera said we should call the vaccine, call the Trump. I know, I saw that shit. I was like, call it the Trump. You don't want nobody to take that shit. Well, no, 70 million people to take it then. No, they won't. Just because you voted for, just like, we get to believing that everybody who voted for Donald Trump buy into his bullshit, and that's not true. Some people just vote Republican no matter what. Like Chris Christie was saying, like, yo, I'm a diehard Republican. I always support the Republican Party, and I'm always vote Republican. But this motherfucker is wrong. That's what he said. I was like, I can dig that, fat boy. That's what I'm saying. Give me a dab with your fat ass. You know what I mean, he damn near died from COVID too. Shit. Chris Christie wasn't talking that Trump shit. Trump was like, that shit, man, that shit wasn't nice. You know what I mean? Fuck out of here. Because he ain't really have it. Chris Christie was like, shit. Yo, that shit was fucked up, son. Yo, man, fuck that. Y'all gonna wear y'all fucking masks from now on, man. I was killed. He always sent me to fucking pork boy heaven. They almost dropped my fat ass. You almost dropped my fat ass, man. But yeah, everybody who voted for Donald Trump ain't a Trumper. Just like everybody who voted for Biden ain't on Biden's side. Personally, I'm like Biden. I just needed the orange boy out of there. He gotta go. He fucking up the game. So, you know. Yeah. We about to get out of here in a minute, man. I wanted to do this show because I really wanted to get your perspective on this shit. Brown Eyes. What's going on, Brown Eyes? Thanks for coming back on through. I mean, y'all show me some Instagram love over there. You know, I don't be getting no love over there. I appreciate it. Appreciate it. Mucho. Mucho. But yeah, I wanted to do this show because, you know, this is an important topic. You know, it really is. This is an important topic because, you know, we're already experiencing many things that go against our constitutional liberties. We're experiencing those things. You know, martial law. I mean, they telling you that before they was telling you that people who were asymptomatic were the people you had to look out for. So people who don't got the shit are the people that you need to be afraid of. Now they telling you, yo, you can rock out with your kids, your spouse, but nobody else that you live outside that house. You can't fuck with your cuz, not this time, and not even your mom, unless she stay in the crib with the guest room and more than one day going to see her soon. You don't want to knock mama off or your dad, they old as shit, and you don't want to see him bad. Yo, elders is on some other shit, some senior shit. Yo, to be mean as shit, the shit is bad. Man, it's getting a lot worse. It's so bad that Thanksgiving got a curse. When the Cowboys play the Redskins, yo, the Cowboys going to play the Washington football team. Shout out to the NFC East. Battle of the Bums, baby. Battle of the Bums. All right. But yeah, man, you know, so little by little, they're taking what we have taken for granted away from us. But this ain't a black thing. That's one thing that motherfuckers seem to be losing in the shuffle. This ain't a black thing. White people just as mad. They getting fucked up too. They getting fucked up too. So, you know, they Thanksgiving is in jeopardy, just like you. And when it comes to this vaccine, it ain't like they're gonna be like, well, unless they fix it so all the black people get the fucked up vaccine and all the white people get the good shit. But it's the white people out here that's going crazy over this shit. They like, yo, man, fuck that vaccine. You crazy? Oh, hell no. That's why it's even that's the only reason why it's even a thing. If it was our black asses, you know, saying that it's dangerous or that it's wrong or that it's targeting certain people, the news wouldn't even cover that shit. Because it's white people and they like, yo, they fucking us up. And they talking about themselves. They ain't talking about us. That's why the shit is on blast. It is what it is, man. It is what it is. All right, we gonna get up out of here, though. We gonna get up out of here, though. You know what I'm saying? We gotta get on up out of here, though. Let's do these birthday shout-outs. We got some birthday shout-outs to do. Some people were born on this glorious November 23rd, and they deserve to be acknowledged. So let's go about our business of acknowledging them and making them feel special because they are special, because they are special, because they are S-P-E-C-I-A-L. They get the R-E-S-P-E-C-T. They are S-P-E-C-I-A-L. They get the R-E-S-P-E-C-T. They are S-P-E-C-I-A-L. They get the R-E-S-P-E-C-T. They get number one out the box, Felicia Linder. Turning 50 years old today because why? Because she's a 1970 baby. With the blonde, with the crippled, the crazy. Oh shit! And I just watched it go down. Spider-Man go down. Spider-Man go down. All right. And AJ Ayana, happy birthday to you, AJ Ayana. And DTM Dontel turning 41 years old today. Happy birthday to you, brother. And Ray Berry Petaway. Going all the way back to the 1991 for me. What's up, Ray? And that's a girl. Yeah, we call her Ray. Ray. And Rashia. Happy birthday to you, Rashia. And Sharon Brooks turning 59 years old today. Happy birthday to you. And Yolanda Powell turning 52 years old today. Happy birthday. And Karen Hauk turning 35 years old today. And Chanelo, my girl Chanelo Eze. Turning 30 years old today. Look at you getting so big. Fresh out your 20s. Fresh into your 30s. You full grown. And she's from Nigeria. And Ingrid Patricia Martinez. Turning 39 years old today. Happy birthday to you, Ingrid. And Eze Mikel. Happy birthday to you. And Shireen Williamson turning 54 years old today, and Kanisha Henderson turning 41 years old today, and Tiffany Tangi Milan Brody, happy birthday to you. And she's raising money for the Innocence Project. Rock out with that. And also, it's a lot of birthdays today. Hold on. Miss Diva Andrea, happy birthday to you. And go get her from around my old way, Bruce Wilkins Palmer, turning 49 years old today. And Mr. Wadabe, Mr. Wadabe, turning 58 years old today. And my girl, going all the way back to when I was like 6, Mona Mack, turning 52 years old today. Ms. Mona Mack, all dressed in green. Okay. And also, Also, Teen Titan, my girl, hailing from Milltown, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Happy birthday to you. And Delandra Vincent, my girl, Delandra Vincent. Happy birthday to you. And last but certainly not least, going all the way back to the 70s, my girl, Kenya Lockhart, turning 48 years old today. I want to say happy birthday to all of you and anyone else out there who shares this birthday or this glorious November 23rd, anywhere out there in the world, worldwide, internationally, and universally. All of y'all go ahead and turn up. But don't turn up too loud. Just turn up loud enough so everybody can hear you. Rock out. Rock on and do the damn, the rock out. Rock on and do the damn rock out. Rock on and do the damn thing. You do your thing, y'all. Represent the queens and kings. You do your thing, y'all. Represent the queens and kings. Good things happen to those who wait. Great things happen to those who grind. And anything can happen to those who go for theirs. So go hard, go for yours, and remember, hey yo. Listen, man, take that vaccine if y'all want to. And many of y'all are gonna want to. People want to get back to their regular lives. But is the price that we're gonna pay for getting back to our regular lives going to make us pay the ultimate price with our own lives? You know what I'm saying? That's the question that need to be answered, son. And you'll say that's the question that need to be answered. We got to find some answers to that shit, son. So, I'm going to find some answers to that shit, son. So, I'm going to tell y'all like this. I ain't taking it, but I'm not going to tell you not to take it unless I know you and I care about you and be like, you don't take that shit. There are going to probably be people who need to take it for whatever reason. And I ain't gonna hate on them. It can't kill everybody. Now, can it hurt everybody? Could be. But I'm gonna put it out there. I'm gonna say good luck to everybody. I hope everybody make it. I hope everybody be all right. Peace to all my day ones, my everydays, and my brand news. I love y'all to death. Resuscitate y'all and love y'all right back to life. Make sure that y'all push that like button. Hit the like button, y'all. Hit the like button. Make sure that you share the show and make sure that you subscribe to the channel. It's all good. All right, so we're going to get on up out of here. Love is love, baby. All right, so Blog Talk, let me shut that down. Get back at y'all. Yeah, man. Get back at y'all, Blog Talk. And for my YouTubers, give it y'all. Yeah, on tomorrow night, 7 o'clock. I rock him, I say. All right.